But yes, so performing in 8th place in the first semi-final following Ireland will be Cyprus, and Cyprus will be represented by Elena Tsagrinou with her song El Diablo. And if you've not heard El Diablo, then have a listen to it here.
Okay. El Diablo is a song that is in my top 5, so I really, really enjoyed it. It reminds me a bit of like 2010 Lady Gaga, and I just really like that sort of music. Like, if you look at the music like I listen to outside of Eurovision, this would be it. Yes, it's in my top 5. I adore it, and I really want to see this in the final. I've seen some people predict that this could be a shot non-qualifier. I would really hope not, and I don't think I really see it. But maybe I'm just clouded by the fact that I love this song so much. Maybe there's the potential for it to be a shot non-qualifier. Who knows? But yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to say. Like, this is just the type of music I would listen to outside of Eurovision, so it's a song I absolutely love. And I've got nothing but praise for it. I really, really hope this does well. Like, gets to the final and then does well in the final. But some people, may say it's a little bit dated for now, and maybe it's not going to do as well as I hope. Hope not, though.
It wouldn't be an episode of that Eurovision podcast without a bit of controversy, and I think, for me, Cyprus is probably my most overrated song this season. I think it's perfectly fine, but the amount of love I see it getting, and the fact that I think it's currently, is it top 3, top 5 on the my Eurovision scoreboard app? I'm literally just getting it up now, but I can't find it. Jazzy's finding it. But yeah, I think it's fine.
4th.
Like 4th, yeah. It's not a 4th placer to me, and I think it's not within my qualifiers of semi-1. I also think I'm completely wrong on that, and I don't think it's like a super, super definite qualifier, but I would be very, very surprised if it didn't make it through to the final. I'm entirely aware that I'm wrong on that. I think it's definitely more interesting than some of Cyprus's more recent entries, certainly more interesting than Running, probably more interesting than Replay and Fuego as well, actually. But it's not the sort of music that does it for me. I find it sort of fun to listen to, but ultimately a bit vapid. And that's fine. We are allowed to have this sort of music, and I know a lot of people really enjoy that. It's just, it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I think the problem with Cyprus for me is that when the song came out, we had heard a lot. We had been teased a little bit of like how it was going to sound, and we were kind of getting this idea that it was going to be some really dark kind of thing. And then when we got it, it was a little bit just kind of generic pop, like something from the early kind of 2010s. So definitely, I think it's fair to say that we've all heard the comparison to Bad Romance by Lady Gaga, so I'm not going to beat around the bush with that. She gives it welly, and you know what? In the midst of everything that she's had to go through in terms of protests from the Cypriot church, like Orthodox church, as well as Zara Larsson fans, and pretty much anyone and everyone deciding to hate on the song, she's just been this like the shining light out of everything. She's an absolute gem of a person, and I love her. The song, it just doesn't really do anything for me. I have actually not yet heard the full song again after the initial listen. I just don't find it interesting enough to keep going back to it. So I'm obviously certain that it will qualify just because it is a big fan favorite. I wouldn't say it's to the same level as Fuego for sure, though. I do definitely think it will qualify for the final. Where I'm not too sure. I mean, it could easily come in the top 10 or in the bottom 5, depending on how they stage it. So I'm hoping for the best, but I am expecting a potential shock. Honestly, I mean, we'll just have to see who decides to vote for it. So who knows? Who knows?
I have to say, some of the lyrics to this song absolutely wound me. All this spicy melts my icy. Yes, I know it's edges, but it hurts me. And there are a few others in there as well. The whole
Taco tamale?
yeah, that's the one. It just, I can't. It could be so good and it could be so interesting, but it's just, it feels like it's just throwing words at a song lyric sheet and seeing what sticks sometimes.